Two. Incredible.
Girl Marley B. What's going on, y'all?
Yeah, what's happening with you, homie? What's going on?
What up, though? We coming off of an amazing. Okay, thank you
Yeah,
for the applause. I
yeah,
appreciate
absolutely,
that.
absolutely. I got you.
What up, though, Pete?
How was your holiday?
Man, it was so awesome.
Okay.
Let's just like fast forward. I know we got a sports segment. We gonna hold off on that. That game's so damn good.
Indeed. Indeed it was.
I have never enjoyed a football game as much as I enjoyed the Michigan and Ohio State game.
Hey,
on Saturday.
if you missed out on that game Saturday, the energy was there. I mean, even Jim Harbaugh said itself, it felt like a Super Bowl atmosphere.
It sure did.
I was looking at those people at the stadium there, and I was like, man, I need to have been in that joint because that was crazy energy.
Listen, man. I looked at it at I know you were at Birds Lounge, hosting down.
Oh my God, that was a great turnout.
I was in the comforts of my living room.
Man, that was a good place. That was a good place to be.
After slaving and cooking a Thanksgiving meal for my family and friends, but I'm telling you, when I tell you it was a good time.
Right.
Like it was. I was on the edge of my sofa the entire time.
Yeah. It was like that.
The entire time.
It was like that.
It was so good.
It was like that, and I mean, even the pressure around Birds was incredible. We didn't get no Ohio State fans; they didn't want to show up. It was a whole lot of Wolverines in there. And I mean, they was there early too. That was incredible. And really, even as far as the game is concerned, there was a lot of question around Blake Corum if he was going to be able to go or not. He did get out there and make the attempt, but I mean, you can see off the first run, he was like he didn't have his explosiveness. So I was like, nah. And that was a scary part of it too, because it was like that was early in the game. Like, oh, Blake gonna be down, and we know how the mishaps have been with JJ. Well, not necessarily mishaps, because he hasn't necessarily been able to connect as far as getting the passes down the field. But it was a great game.
When I tell you, they say that like they're literally the best second half defensive team.
Absolutely.
I mean, they showed up. They showed out.
They did.
Amazing.
They did.
It was amazing. You guys, if you haven't seen the game, well, everybody saw the game.
Listen, if they didn't, they got to be up under rock or something like that.
Not seen that game.
Cruising to 12-0 and officially taking over for the Big Ten. They got the championship game this coming Saturday. They're going to be playing for Duke. That's a 7:30 game.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily have anything planned, but you can best believe I'll have my eyes glued to the TV for that, guaranteed.
What you mean? We not doing any DJ?
I don't have anything planned for it, and I'm all right with it because I'm like, after beating Ohio State, I'm with my feet up for the year.
Everybody in Michigan in a good mood. Even if you were in Michigan, you were still in a good mood.
I'm in serious cruise control mode right now, so whatever they do from this point on, I can win. And at the point, this is the first time the Wolverines have beaten Ohio State in Ohio in probably about 20 years.
Yeah. Was it 2000?
2000.
2000, yeah.
2000.
22 years.
22 years since they beat them in Ohio. That was a huge. That was like Lions beat Chicago. I'm sorry, I just keep bringing that up.
I mean, we had a good year.
Yes, and I ain't got no complaints. You know what I mean? Zero complaints on that side.
A great football year. I'm sorry we led with that because normally that.
No, that's all good.
We just had to lead with that because I was like, man. As a matter of fact, there was a point in house. I swear to you, you could ask my girl. There was a point that I was like, I was in my pajamas and everybody was over. My girls was over watching the game, and I was jumped up, about to get dressed, and they're like, "Where you going?" I'm like, "I gotta go down to Birds Lounge because I know they all
God, listen,
celebrating literally."
I did not leave there till probably about 7 o'clock. Man, we got there about 10 in the morning.
That part.
Man, when I say it was an incredible look, man. Shout out to Birds Cigar Lounge. Appreciate y'all hosting the event. Man, that was an incredible game, man. Shout out to the Wolverines. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So now, your Thanksgiving, you said your Thanksgiving was cool, you chilled, you was just pretty much at home, relaxing, what have you.
No, so listen, like literally, I did a friendsgiving with my friends and a couple of family members, but I hosted at my house and literally cooked everything. My girls brought desserts and drinks, and when I tell you, I said I popped up, I set it up like a pop up event.
I can believe it.
We ate so good and had the best chill time ever. Like it was just they had their kids. Only
No
thing
time.
is my son wasn't there, so that sucked.
Little Frank was out being a player, huh?
That's sucked. And he was catching some sun. He was in Florida.
Well, he get it honest. He get it honest. He get it honest.
Man, that was the only thing. But so Thanksgiving was good. We grubbed. Saturday was, so wait, Thanksgiving, Friday, Thursday. What did I do Friday? I think I literally slept
you
Friday.
When I called you,
my body was like, girl, you can't move. Like you
like, about 3, about 6. I'm like, yeah, okay, no problem. I understand.
But no, everybody was like, we're coming back to get some leftovers. Oh, Friday, I had a couple people over because you were supposed to come.
Yeah. Well, when I was calling you, you didn't respond, so I was like, I went back home.
So I said about 6.
You started at 3. It did it with the 6, and then I was like,
No, 3 was Thanksgiving Day.
Oh well.
Friday was 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
I called you. You were like, you ain't answered.
Yeah, I was asleep
like,
then.
oh well, I guess he's not
I was asleep then.
So yeah, I did do a little partying on Friday night at the house.
Okay.
Saturday we watched the game. Sunday, I don't even remember what Sunday was. I'm sure I just like flatlined.
Say flatline. There's nothing else to talk about.
Flatline.
Listen, hey, I stayed in and I enjoyed myself, man. I had a wonderful meal, very peaceful, quiet evening at home, so I got no complaints about that. Absolutely.
Did you get all your faves? Did you get a piece of ham?
Nope. I didn't get no ham this year.
If you came over to my crib, you would have
hey,
ham.
Hey, I was trying to get over there. Yeah, I was trying to get over there, but don't worry, I'm gonna make it up for Christmas. That's that one time of year where I try to get it in, so I ain't gonna hold it up. So listen. Let me get into my birthday list though, since we're talking about the holidays and all that good stuff.
All right, we got some track back on that birthday song we can play real quick. No, okay.
Yeah, well.
Shout out to the birthday.
Shout out to the birthday.
Shout out to the birthday.
I gotta give a big shout out to Dion Kitchen Cabinet. Remember Dion?
Dion is big old 6'5", 3 young.
3 young. So happy birthday to her. I want to say a big birthday shout out to my big bro. He'll be in town this weekend. Big girl, appreciate you coming in.
I don't know you, big girl, but what up, dude? Friend of his house, a friend of mine.
You gonna definitely see her. You definitely gonna see her. My girl D Jones should be celebrating her birthday. She's coming down to the Craft Cannabis Club Thursday. Hang out with us.
That's what I'm so excited about that.
Right.
Happy birthday.
And then big crazy mad shout out to my right arm, Miss Mary. Her birthday is this Friday. We're gonna party it up a little bit for her. So we got a full weekend going on. Yeah, we got a full weekend going on. That's right.
Mary. Okay, so wait, where we go for our party?
I'll see you the information.
Okay. Sounds like there's a surprise going on.
Yeah, I'll send you the information.
Okay.
That's what that is. So now let's get to the good dope, bad dope, hot topics.
All right. So some bad dope is that there was 5 children, college kids, stabbed to death, and they could not find.
In Iowa.
They could not find the person or even have one clue as to
who it is. Listen.
How scary is that shit?
Listen.
That's some bad dope.
At the point, and this is extremely bad dope, like really bad. And at the point, they were in a private home, and there were other members of the home in the house at the exact same time.
Yeah.
And they don't have a clue about who the murderer is. And they offered the kids a choice to either go and study online for the rest of the season,
right,
the rest of the school year, or they could come back to the school. Why would I want to go back to? Why, as a parent, would you even consider sending your child back?
Like you like
knowing, right,
period.
Immediately.
Like not doing classes online, but hello, you're checking the heck out of the school.
Oh man,
but
ain't no way
it can happen in any school.
Absolutely,
right?
I agree.
But the mere fact that they don't have the person that did it or anybody in custody, that's the part that gives me pause.
And you know what? And it's funny you say that because even in, we'll transition to this other school shooting, the situation that happened here at Oxford School. Did you see the press release with the two former school board members?
No, I did not. Please enlighten me.
So, the two former school board members said, quote, basically, their hands were tied in regards to the ongoing investigation, and they couldn't really share information with the public because they were instructed not to. But here's the most important part of it, though.
Mm-hmm.
There's a particular handbook that's out
mm-hmm.
that talks about threat assessments for schools,
mm-hmm.
right? This threat assessment came out, I want to say, after one of those other mass shootings, and this comes from the federal government, right?
Mm-hmm.
The superintendent,
mm-hmm.
the gentleman that was over the school board, said that he didn't know anything about this book until February of this year. This, if they had, what he's saying basically in essence is, if they would have had this book and this stuff would have been implemented in the schools as it should have been, it probably would have prevented the shooting because they have what they call markers.
Oh, wow.
About student behavior, certain things as far as drawings, all these little things. So bottom line to this
was
is,
he a new school board member that? Is this
no, they were on the board.
For how long?
This is the president.
But how long has he been?
He was there when the shooting happened.
Right. That's
they didn't get this information until February, and he's saying, like, listen, I'm standing up and I'm having conversations with these family members, and these family members are calling me a liar. And he's like, I'm not lying. I'm going off the information that I'm being given. And they're like, no, that's not it. But the bottom line is, he's saying that there were teachers, or not teachers, principals from certain schools who went and had this training, but they never brought the training back and implemented it into the schools.
I know. I can believe that.
So because of that,
100%.
There's the accountability right there.
And that's really unfortunate because, I mean, simple mistakes that you think are simple,
right?
You can't bring back those babies.
Not at all. But you think about it, no one knew anything about this particular book. And these are the people that are in charge of the school board.
So how did the book come out now? Like what prompted?
Because some of the parents were saying, there's no way you guys knew about all of this stuff, and they got all this. See, now mind you, they didn't. The school district didn't want to have a third party investigate it either. But they had somebody that said, "Oh no, they got one of the top performing schools. You guys did everything right. This is just a tragic incident that happened." That wasn't the case.
Yeah, well, that happens in our suburban areas too, and I think, Detroit or any other major urban city, if you will, is so bad. It's not that.
Right.
Crime happens everywhere. It's
everywhere.
Just what's reported.
Yep, absolutely.
And so sometimes we can mute that things are happening in certain communities because we don't want bad media or bad press.
They try to avoid it,
and try to avoid that. So, but it's like, you got to let people know what's going on.
And it's going to come out and it's going to bite you. And this is going to be very, very, very expensive.
That's very unfortunate because there's literally no amount of money in the world
that's going to be able to bring the kids back.
That can bring those kids back because that would be the next thing. We're going to do a lawsuit.
Right. Yeah. Oh, no, that's coming.
Yeah.
You believe that.
At the point
these guys became whistleblowers, they're going to blow that whole district up now.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, it's sad. You know what I mean? It's sad, but it takes these type of events to kind of get their attention to understand what's going on. You got to actually go into their pocket while they kind of just swept this up under the rug. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's sad. So.
It is very sad.
Yeah,
very sad. Very
sad.
That is some unbearable, unthinkable, undeniable.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, I mean,
Yeah. So they definitely, the Oxford School District, you guys definitely have bad stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll continue on.
So some good though is, I mean, just a little bit of celebrity gossip.
Mm-hmm.
So Snoop Dogg's daughter, Corey, she got engaged to her lifelong time boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. I heard about that.
Wayne Juice. I don't know what Wayne Juice does though. Is he in business? Is he in? I'm not sure.
Good question.
I'm not sure, but
never even heard of him.
Snoop Dogg and his beautiful wife, they're very excited about that. And so I want to talk about transitioning and recreating yourself, and just not really recreating yourself, but really tapping into all parts of you.
Okay.
And really stepping out there and if you feel like you have more and you actually stepping out there and actually doing it. So T.I., for example, comedian now, like instead of saying, holding back from, being his own worst enemy and as the kids call it, being in his own head, he literally has stepped out there to try this.
Right. And I'm not mad.
And I think it's so good. I think it's good dope. And on top of that, his son Messiah he said, I'm not gonna be a rapper, I'm going into blues country music.
Right.
Artist.
Right.
How dope is that?
Well, I mean,
I think that's it though.
At the end of the day, when you look at the aspect of these kids are growing up at a time where you can pretty much can be whatever you want to be.
You can do whatever you want to do.
It was.
But adults too. I want to bring that home.
Right. Well, I mean, here's the thing.
That's why I led with
T.I. Even with me, I had aspirations of being a comic, believe it or not. I thought about it. I really did. You know what I mean? I really and truly did because I thought it was interesting. You know what I mean? Me and shout out to my buddy DJ Badhouse. We sat up and talked about it a few times and made up some little jokes and all of that. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not mad he chose that path. And it's like anything else. He gotta go out there and take his lumps with it. You know what I mean? And he's gonna grow from it. I mean, and nothing else. I look at life itself as it's a comedy skit itself.
Right, you gotta try it.
You know what I'm saying?
I think we all think we're funny.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? It's just some people who have that actual gift.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who can bring it all home, and then it's gonna be those other people where you're gonna be funny. You're gonna have funny moments, but here's somebody who's consistently funny. You know what I mean? So yeah, shout out to him on that, man. Shout out to T.I. And Messiah. Yeah, shout out to them. So listen to this. I got some interesting good dope for you.
Okay.
Lil' Kim.
Wants
to have Toni Braxton sing at her wedding.
Okay.
At some point.
Who is she married? She's engaged, or you?
She just said future stuff. But the thing is, Toni Braxton is like, I don't have a record for you to sing at your wedding.
Oh! She came for her. No, she didn't come.
No.
What you mean you don't have a record?
So no. Here's the punchline right here.
What do you mean you don't have a record?
So she had a record. The record that Lil' Kim wanted her to sing. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but basically this record was a sad record and nothing happy about being in the wedding,
break
right?
My heart.
It's something else. But Love Home, I can't even think of it, but I'm gonna definitely figure out what the name of it is and tell you. But how about this?
Okay.
So Lil' Kim tells Toni, "Oh no, don't worry about it. Nobody knows you're saying anyway. I just want you to sing that record." That's what she told Toni.
Wow, you come for me? I'm gonna come right back at you.
Like, don't nobody really know what you're talking about in the song anyway, but that's what I want you to say.
You want to harmonize with it, like I like the beat.
Oh man, that was terrible. Well,
look, we don't know what the words are. I just like the beat.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was
I guess
crazy.
we'll give me some somebody else to sing it.
Right. And other celebrity news. Meek Mill and Rick Ross were on stage for the Dreams and Nightmares reunion concert for Meek Mill's birthday. This is the first time him and Ross have been on stage in a while. They had been so-called rumored to be having some kind of internal beef in regards to some things, but as Rick Ross has said on numerous occasions, hey, yo, that's the little homie. I don't want him to do nothing but be a boss and get bigger and bosser.
Right.
He like any issues that he may have had would have been with Atlantic Records and not necessarily with MMG. So I mean, the good thing is again they was on stage together and they did it in Philly. So that was a huge look for them. So man, shout out to Ross and Meek Mill.
Shout out to that. But you know why? Even on a bigger grand scheme of things, is that we have to dead all this internal beef.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it always turns into killing and murder. I mean, it goes back further than Tupac and Biggie, but what we can put our fingers on is Tupac and Biggie. I mean, we keep losing these great artists to this nonsense, this beef that we really don't know what the internal problems are that exist in this beef, but we do know that as fans that we lose great music, great artists, and people lose their loved ones. And I mean, it's just tragic, and we got to stop doing that because we want to be respected and rightfully so in the artistry and the music and the entertainment and the everything that we do in sports.
Yeah.
All of that. We have to learn how to behave.
More than anything, and at this rate and at this age, for a lot of them, I mean, like, I want to say I understand the youth, and really I don't, because I just don't see the necessary need for the senseless killing. You know what I mean? Even with the young 16-year-olds and stuff who've been getting shot over the past week or so. But I mean, when you talk about, in my
You know
opinion,
about like Henry Ford High School?
yeah, Henry Ford High School down at the tree lighting, the situation at one of the other spots, the kids leaving the Sweet 16 party. I mean, like, I don't understand why is it so prevalent for these kids to shoot each other.
Life.
You know what I mean? Like, and this is it's serious. I mean, like, growing up, yeah, we did our thing, but we was physically fighting. I'm not to say that there weren't shootings that occurred when we were coming up as kids. I'm not saying that, but it's far more happening now than it was then.
Yeah.
You'd hear about a fight. You'd hear about a person getting cracked over the head with a champagne bottle. You'd hear about that. There's no ifs and buts about it. But this just straight up, I'm killing you on sight, or I'm 16, you 16, and we having a shootout.
But bro, let's be real. We grew up in a time where that happened, just if not worse than it does now. And when you really think about the way and the era that we grew up, it's nothing new. It's just we're older and we're looking at it from a different point of view and perspective.
I would agree with that, but I'll even say it ain't like the times of young boys, the 18, Pony Down, Pearson Avenue, Finkel. It's. I'm not saying that we didn't have, death and murder around, but
and a lot of it.
Yeah, but I want to say, to me, in my opinion, it's more magnified now than ever. And even when you factor in the fact of here's social media where you get an opportunity to see everything every second, every minute. You know what I mean? So you can figure, for what we seen back then, this is 3 to 5 times more intense, in my opinion. For what it is. It ain't no way.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you don't even go. You can't go a couple of hours without hearing something. The craziest thing, a guy was standing around me, and I'm hearing some chatter, and I'm like, "You listen to a classroom?" He's like, "No, police scanner."
Oh.
He stood up. I'm like, I couldn't even mentally. Sit up and even listen to that all day. There's no way. Cause, like, for what I already take in on my own personal side.
Yeah, for your mental.
Oh man, I couldn't do it.
For your mental, especially if there's nothing you can do about it. But I mean, when you think about it, like when we were growing up, you got shot over some sneakers. Like they would literally kill you.
Yeah, I agree.
Over certain sneakers or a certain jacket. Remember troop jackets?
Leather Gandalf. All that.
Jackets,
Starter jackets, starter coats. I've been a victim of it.
Yeah, so it's like literally. They didn't beat you up for it. They literally shot you for those.
You was lucky if you got beat up.
Yeah, you were lucky if they just.
You was lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, your jingle boots. Yeah.
Yeah, all that.
Your Max Julian with the fur around the collar.
All of that.
Gazelle, all that. Yeah.
Cartiers, like all of that, all of that. So, I think it's just magnified, and I think it's magnified with social media, and I also think that back in the day, people respected women, children, and older people
a whole lot. That's my point.
And
see,
so,
and that's what I'm getting to.
That's the difference now.
That's
exactly
the point I'm getting at right there. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's that part right there. It's that part where there's no respect for the elders, the children, none of that. It's just straight up guerrilla, and that's what I mean by it's just totally different now.
Yeah.
It's totally different now.
Did you just say straight up gorilla?
Straight up gorilla.
I love it.
Straight up gorilla. So, did you hear about Terrell Owens over the weekend? Terrell Owens was at a CVS out in LA. There were some fans that were inside the CVS, and there was another individual whom I guess was not a fan, but he decided he wanted to mouth off to the people about Terrell. That's what I understand. However, they ended up outside, and Terrell, who is 40-something plus years old, still still in the gym on a regular basis, working out. He basically picking up buses and just throwing around. He gave that guy a 2-piece. He 2-pieced him up.
Okay.
Because he was talking sideways, and then Terrell, in true black man fashion, I didn't want to say the N-word, true black man fashion, stood there and taunted him and saying, "Dog, you brought this on yourself."
Right.
I don't know what to say, but
well, I mean,
Terrell
that is the old
Terrell.
school way of doing things.
Absolutely, I appreciate it.
And thankfully, the person that he pieced up didn't retaliate with the
With gunfire, exactly.
And it didn't end, and that's how it should end.
Right.
Somebody's gonna get their butt whooped. You go home, I go home. Just take the L. Right.
Yeah.
But that's never how that works. A boy is still somewhere right now today, mad and heated about it, embarrassed for one, and he's contemplating on how he's gonna get him back. Right. So just be on ice. Like, let's chill that out. Like, don't be contemplating on how to get him back, because it's all gonna end bad. You're gonna be in jail. Somebody's gonna be dead. Like, it's not even. Leave it alone.
And it's funny you say that, because we segue into the next situation, which is on the local side. There was a shooting down in Greektown during the Black Party. Young brother, 22 years old.
Go to that party. Black Excellence Party.
Yeah. 22 years old. He tried to hold the elevator for some females. Being a gentleman. Dude get mad at him, push through the crowd, get in the elevator, turns around and shoots this guy and kills him. Because he was holding the elevator for the women. You killed him because he was holding the elevator for some women.
What? Wait, so did they catch him?
No, not as of yet. But they have his face plastered all over everything, because that's a Wayne County building. So it's only a matter of time.
Wow, that scares the shit out of me.
As it should. That's the whole point.
You raise your kids to be gentlemen, so you're telling me that
he got killed for holding the elevator open for women. That's what it was about.
I couldn't even,
Explain that to his family. All the comments online it was so many women like, I can't believe this. You killed a man because he was trying to be a gentleman. That's what they said. Everybody saying the same thing.
Because what you thought one of the women must have been his, and you thought he was trying to get at your woman, or you were jealous or intimidated by this dude for some reason. He had no idea what you was.
Why do you have a gun there?
That's crazy.
Let's start there. Why do you have a gun at that part? You wasn't in the hood.
He just did it in front of everybody.
From my understanding, he pushed his way into the elevator and turned around.
Pop, pop, pop.
That's it.
And
rolled down the elevator with women. Yeah. No, they were scared to death. No, they nerves shook. Now your picture all over the wall, all over the news. What are you gonna do now? Turn yourself in, buddy. You out there? Turn yourself in. You got your picture all over the place. Turn yourself in, homie. It's not gonna be good for you.
That
you got bad dope.
Scary.
Your dope is really bad.
So fucked up.
Yeah, your dope is really bad. Yeah, yeah, that's what that is. Now, on to a lighter though.
Why do we not have? Wait, I can't move from that just yet, because why do we not have courtesy and value for human life?
You talking about empathy? You talking about empathy?
Why? Where is your empathy, brothers and sisters? Like, where is it?
You talking
about where is the empathy?
Man, listen.
I mean, that is the most
the only place
thing.
The only place they're gonna find is within their heart, and if they don't have it in their heart, then I don't know what they're gonna do. And clearly, they don't have it in their heart.
Not only did you ended this brother's life, but you ended yours.
Yours and your family's.
I mean, it's so many
people
that connected to one person.
And your family. Over what? The elevator. And mind you, they got him on the elevator with a liquor bottle on one hand. One person made the comment like, he probably somewhere now sober. Like, I done really fucked up. Because that drunk shit make you do something different. Ain't no way. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There's no way. I'm sorry. I'm not even letting that elevator I mean, I can't really see A, why you would have a gun there. B, why anything that has to do with some women getting on the elevator would discourage you or have you upset. What is wrong with
you? Was it another beef though? Like we don't know.
We don't know that.
Another story to it. If there was another beef,
and that's agreed.
That just does not make sense.
But the preliminary information is stating that they did not know each other. They had no prior run-ins, nothing along the lines of that. Everybody said it was like pretty much boom, boom. It went from yeah. Oh, I'm off my courage because I got my liquor bottle.
That's why I don't drink vodka no more, y'all.
Yeah, hey, listen.
Because
hey,
like I'm
they bring the wrong nigga out.
From crying because that is so sad.
They bring the wrong nigga out for me.
Yeah, vodka is not something I can drink. Like I don't know what he was drinking, but I know vodka makes me.
No, he had whatever he had. It was clear, so it was either tequila or the one of the two.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just what that is, bro. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. Yeah, it's sad. That
just stung me.
Yeah, indeed.
Can we go to a music break real quick? I need to take a deep breath on that one now.
Take a deep breath because we gonna keep things rolling. I want you to keep rolling with me. Listen. So the Balenciaga story seems to keep widening. Yeah, it seems to be getting wider and wider and wider. So now, former heavyweight champion Muhammad Ali's daughter, Layla Ali, has chimed in. She's not happy with the last ad that came out, as well as Kim Kardashian, who as well.
She just did some work for them.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what she's at. Like she's reevaluating her position. With the company. So y'all dropped Kanye, now y'all got all sorts of other problems coming around.
For other things.
You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that they were wrong for their decision, just saying that clearly your shit ain't as good as you think it is either.
Well, I can proudly say that I don't even have anything Balenciaga. I have a lot of other things, but I don't have. And so the thing about it is we spend so much of our hard-earned money, whether you can afford it or whether you can't afford it or whether you're treating yourself because you've worked hard and saved for it. At the end of the day, you want to make sure that whomever you're investing in as far as their brand and or product, that at least they have some respect for.
Right. That's important. You gotta have that.
Because it's like I'm just making you richer, but you really don't care for my dollar and or my culture and or anything. Like that's not even fair. That's not even cool.
No, not at all.
And Kim K, a lot of people don't. I don't know how people feel about her, whatever. I respect her because and the whole family, and the mom is a beast. Like she's the beast. I respect that whole family.
All I know is they got that killer cat between their legs and they make a man change God.
Oh my God!
I don't want any of that dope. I don't want none of that dope.
I think more important, it's bigger than whatever it is between their legs. They have made success.
Oh no, of course.
Off of
branding.
and they have made they are the epitome of making social media work for them.
Right.
And they just got it.
They got it. Exactly.
And you can't really hate on that, whether you want to call it whatever you want to call it. It's
say what you want, but spell their name right.
Spell the name right. So I got mad respecting that. And it seems to me that Kim K she tries to do the right thing. Like she just really does try to do the right thing. So hopefully she does. She has kids out there. She has daughters. She has kids are black.
Right.
Period.
Right.
So it is what it is. We'll just leave it at that.
Right.
We'll just leave it at that.
Right. Hey, look, all we can do is see what happens.
The thing about it is when you put yourself out there as a celebrity or whatever personality or what have you, you open yourself up to be judged and commented on, and
all the time.
People have different things that they feel about things, and so you have a lot. On one hand, people are with you, and then on the other hand, they're not. So it's just a phase that you go through, but that's what you put at risk when you put yourself out there like that.
Right.
So, it is what it is. Hopefully everybody makes the right decision. Hopefully Balenciaga get their ish together and we can get back to doing
they gonna have to if they wanna, continue to reap the benefit from the support that the black communities give them.
I've been seeing a lot of people like really rock Fendi too, so I don't really know what's going on with Fendi. I would like to do some research on that, but all of a sudden Fendi got put on the map. I don't know if it's because one of 50 Cent shows was everybody in the show was rocking Fendi. The spinoff from Power.
Probably.
Like Mary J. Blige was rocking Fendi. That whole cast was at some point rocking Fendi. So it just kind of put them on the map because all I see is people rocking Fendi now. You
know what it is.
So it's like, what I am happy about is that at some point they realized that the urban hip hop community has a huge impact on their bottom line.
That's my point.
So, you can no longer ignore that, right?
That's exactly the point.
So,
you know where these dollars are coming from. You were able to identify it easy.
Whether, like I said, whether you can afford it or not,
right.
If you want to be fly, you're going to rock with everybody else rocking, whether you take the last dollar or you whatever it is.
However you doing it. However you doing it. Right. You just paid your last paycheck on that and like shit, I'm gonna be late, but I'm gonna be fresh tonight. They gonna see me in this.
Right. So all we saying is put some respect on my name, right? That's all we saying. We're gonna give you our money. Put some respect on it.
That's it. That's it. So Mark, let me ask you this, and I'll just this should be coming towards me. So there was a fan at the Grambling State game. Over the weekend. And it appeared that he was rolling the blunt in the stand at the game.
It appeared? Okay.
It appeared.
Okay.
He had his lighter. I guess it was a torch. And come to find out, guess what he was lighting?
What? A cigar?
A rib.
Wait a minute.
He was lighting a rib. He was trying to heat the rib up because he's sitting off in there.
So somebody called him out.
They zoomed in because they thought it was a blunt. Well, they really contacted him to find out that was a rib. He was trying to heat it up so he could eat it.
Look, he's like, so he's going like this, licking it, going around licking it, trying to seal the deal, and then take the torch to it.
I can't make this shit up. I'm telling you. I can't. I'm just telling you what it is. I'm just telling you what it is.
Oh, God, it hurt it all, man.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Where was that?
That was at Grambling State University over the weekend. Yeah, that was crazy. It was crazy.
All right, let's do with Breakfast Club dude. What race was that?
What race?
That's what race it is.
Needless to say, he was black. Believe that.
No.
Yes, he was black. No. He was a brother. That's why they was really under. It was the impression it was a blunt because the simple fact that it was brown in his hand. He got the lighter on it.
And his lips
I can't make this stuff up. I'm telling you.
That's insane. That's crazy.
So listen, Bradley, moving on. Did you hear about the situation with Cardi B and that blogger Tasha B?
No.
Yeah. So.
Tasha B and Cardi B.
Yeah.
Okay. What happened?
The chick Tasha has been sued by Cardi for defamation of character. This is the one who was running around talking about Cardi had herpes, so on and so forth. What? Cardi ended up winning a judgment of $400 million.
Does the girl have the money to pay it?
Well, she has a couple of dollars, but I don't think she has that much money. Long story short, she's been doing everything she can to try to get this thing appealed. She's been doing like that dude Alex Jones trying to cipher off money to other individuals so she can appear not to have the money. But long story short, her latest appeal was to the judge to ask the judge to use some of Cardi B's lyrics in terms of saying her affiliation with gangs or something has something to do with her character, which is the reason why the lady Tasha shouldn't have to pay her.
Mm-hmm.
The judge said, beat it with that. Because that sounds like buffoonery. And that's primarily what that is. I mean, at the end of the day, she's a blogger. You was putting information out that was not true. And I feel like, see, this is the part of the accountability as far as social media is concerned. In my opinion, it needs to be happening. These people who are going around saying things are not true, like Alex Jones, and you on your your show and you pushing this false lie without any proof, they should be sued. They should be put out of business because you're pushing something that's not true, and we know it. You don't have any proof. Because my thing is, if you can prove it, prove it.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
Prove it. That's it.
Where does the number come from, though? Like, how do they? You said 400 and how much million?
$400 million. But
where do you get that number from?
Defamation of character. Look at the star and Cardi B. Think about her fans.
I mean, but I'm saying, like, where do you? How does that guide? I mean, you probably don't know the answer to that. I'm just like, that is a huge number.
I agree.
That's a number that she'll never be able to.
Right.
Who can pay that? Like,
listen.
That's a lot for Cardi B to pay.
Right.
Like, she had to pay it.
That part.
That's a lot of money.
That's a whole lot of money. But the point is.
A whole lot of money.
Right. And the thing is, though, don't put yourself in that situation. Even if you have to try to figure out how to fight that. Is my opinion.
Yeah, but
especially when you got especially when you don't have solid intel on what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I respect you having your opinion about something. Say this is my opinion, and that's that. But at the point you pushing it and you saying it, no, this is what's gonna went down. Whoa, she did that. Yeah.
My opinion or allegedly.
Yeah.
Those are key words to use when you don't really know.
When you don't know.
To protect yourself. Allegedly.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That because that just doesn't make any sense. But we know that you wasn't just hitting on it. That was a driving force for you. That kept your listeners coming. People coming to check in you out with you to hear what you were saying.
Yeah, that's right.
So.
Don't be hating on my girl Cardi.
Nah, man.
I'm just saying.
I'm just telling you what it is.
I'm just saying.
I hate no. I got love for her.
Did you hear about Kanye saying that he wanted Donald Trump to be his vice president?
Listen, that was my next part of the bad dope.
Should be ran
by a Christian. Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's dig into that a little bit there, Marley. So Kanye and allegedly, it's been proven, but Kanye and what's my man Fuentes and Donald Trump had dinner over the weekend.
Yeah.
Trump claimed he never knew who Fuentes was, and
Kanye. Know that because he said he only knew Kanye. He knows other people.
Listen.
That's what they said. Allegedly. I gotta keep saying that because I don't want that.
Listen, Marley.
Yeah.
Donald Trump is the former president of the United States, right? He has a all-out, full Secret Service detail with him for the rest of his life, correct?
Yes.
There is no way in the hell anybody showing up to Mar-a-Lago to do anything with Trump and they don't know it. Yeah. It's not happening. It's not happening. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're not going to sell me on that. There's no way this motherfucker did not know who this gentleman was or who these guys were. Okay. And even at the fact he did, let me say this, and even at the fact that he did know, he did nothing, nor any of the other Republican leadership do anything to denounce what had happened.
Okay. Well, let's just say this. This is the problem that I have with it. We are playing with America.
That part.
And I think it's so uncool to play with America.
Absolutely.
There's so much at risk by what in which we're doing as far as putting our name in a hat to run something that we know we're not going to win, and
not even qualified for it. Not even qualified for it.
And we're splitting the vote for drawing attention to something that is not going to help Americans in the way that we need to help, as far as wasting time, effort, energy, and resources.
Absolutely.
On some things that are just playing with America. Like, I'm okay with us getting back to, or even moving forward to something that's substantial, something that's real, something that we really can put our teeth in and grow as a country. It's like we have been playing and have allowed people to play with America.
Playing with democracy. Yep.
And I don't think that that's right. Because it's hurting so many people. The people that it's hurting is not the rich who get who it's okay for them to lose $1 billion and it's like no sweat off their back, or maybe it is, but whatever. We're talking about people that can't even afford to
live it check to check.
Yeah, and they're trying to figure out how to feed their families and how to put gas in their car
and they playing with their livelihood,
or how to put gas in their car and get medication, or how to feed their kids and pay for the light bill, and try to figure out how they're gonna survive Christmas. These things that people are doing with playing with America is messing up America so badly.
Mm-hmm.
Because you think that anybody can run for president. I have money and I got power and I got fans on social media, so I think I got enough to do this. But when you get there, what are you gonna do then? What are you gonna do with America if you were to win that? which will never happen.
Right.
So let's stop playing with America.
Right. Why are we being entertaining?
Why are we let's stop. Let's figure out who the key people are. Let's mold them. Let's get them in shape. When we were growing up, to be a principal of a school, you had to, PhD. You had to be a certain quality type of a person. To be the president of the United States, you had to be very presidential.
Right.
But you had to climb ladders to get to where you needed to be. You can't just be the president of the United States because you got huge following, or you're a great businessman, or you were this. Come on, people, stop playing with America. Because
I'm gonna tell you something, Marley.
Horrible.
Now that I'm thinking back to it, and I'll think back to my retail days, when I think all of this really took a turn, when the office went from business to business casual. I think back and I say that was the turning point, because now it was that more relaxed vibe. And I'm not mad at it, but I look back at that and I say that was the turning of the tide then.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have the business as usual. We was just showing up. And I'm not mad again at the look. I'm cool with the look. It's just the overall perception now and the way that we dealing with stuff going forward. Because like you said, there's no way in the world. I mean, we knew about Ronald Reagan, but at that point, star power didn't mean nothing. Did you know what you was doing? Clearly some people believed in you, and there it was. You had the right people around you, though, and that's the other side of it, too. It's all right if you're Donald Trump and you have the people around you and you're listening. You're listening to what they're saying and really making some conscious decisions about it.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
Like that dude that's running Ukraine. He was a comedian. You can't tell me that this dude ain't been doing this all his life.
Yeah.
The way he's running that, the way his people are responding to Russia.
Yeah.
We just talking about what's real.
Yeah.
So it can be done. You just have to have the mindset or the temperament to do it. We know Donald Trump doesn't have it. We know Herschel Walker doesn't have it. Why would we be trusting them to do anything? That's the question I'm trying to figure out. That's what I'm saying about Highland Park, the other spots. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
We have to wake up. I mean, reality has to come in at some point. We got to stop acting like we don't see it for what it is. We just have to stop that, in my opinion.
Well, I don't think people are not seeing it for what it is. I think people just have too much access.
Yep.
And I think freedom of speech has allowed, the social media has allowed people to explode freedom of speech, and it's just too much information received and too much information
And you know what?
given.
And that's the one thing, even though I think not Donald Trump, but Elon Musk has made a few mistakes in regards to the Twitter, but I understand slightly his view on it because of just what you just said, the freedom of speech aspect. Whether we like it or not, we know these people saying it. That's the reality.
But
we know
but we have to have some kind of, when it's almost like if it's too much noise happening, all this stuff going on, it's like what do you listen to?
Yeah.
And what do you throw away?
Listen.
And it's too much at one time, and it's just like
you're gonna keep the shit that you relate to. The rest of it you're gonna throw away.
Yeah. And it's all in what fits for you and
right.
what you think.
Exactly.
But the crazy part about it is that we are relying on people that have not lived enough life.
That part. To be even in those positions.
To be in those positions
where
you have not even. It's almost like being a judge and you haven't even been an attorney yet.
Right. Exactly. How do you get there? Make that make sense.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
When you don't live enough life and have enough life experiences.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
you have a lot of mouthpiece to comment on things that you haven't even experienced. So it's like, how do you do that part?
And listen, Marley, and that'll go back to what I said earlier about wanting to be a cop.
Yeah.
I said I hadn't lived long enough.
Yeah.
I hadn't really experienced enough yet to really be able to have a conversation.
How you gonna talk about some shit you haven't even experienced
that yet? Part. There it is. The Good Dope Podcast. Yours truly, DJ here in the house, along with
Marley.
You better believe it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, great energy today. I already love it. I love it.
That's great energy, y'all.
Right. Always. Guaranteed.
Last couple of times I didn't bring it. You brought it though, bro.
Right. We good.
You brought it.
So I got one more good. Well, I got a couple more pieces I want to get into real quick.
All right.
So now, did you hear about Lamar Jackson?
Yes.
Lamar Jackson had a few kind words for a few players. For a few fans. And listen, at the end of the day, I'll just say this: he's a man like anybody else, and yes, he does deserve to. He has to refrain from certain outbursts.
Yeah.
But I understood where he was coming from because, and like I said on Twitter, y'all love him while he doing everything else you like. Soon he ain't, then you sideways. And with no disrespect, it was the clear people who was going at him. You know what I mean? But y'all the same ones that cheer, oh Lamar, that's our boy, that's our boy. You know what I mean?
Well, it doesn't take long for for the love to turn
right.
into hate.
Oh my goodness.
Real quick.
What?
Real quick.
Right. Grand opening, grand closing, baby.
Grand opening, grand closing.
Right.
Look, you'll find out.
Right. That part. That part. That part.
Something just popped up on my news feed. Check this out. A former Virginia police officer allegedly catfished a teen girl online and killed her and her whole family.
Yes. Drove 2,000 miles. 2,000 miles.
Psychologically.
2,000 miles.
To do that.
To go kill her family and kidnap her. 2,000 miles, Marley.
But why do you think that you can do this stuff and get away with? Like, how do you?
What is
the next step of doing this? Like, you're going to live your best life afterwards? I mean, I don't understand. You thought about this part. You got to this part, right? You executed this part.
Now what?
Like, I don't get that. Like, come on, people. Like, let's think this out. Don't shoot somebody if you don't really mean it. Like, if you don't want to go to jail, I don't get it. Like, what is the problem?
This video game mentality. You know what I mean? It's sad. The
game
mentality.
It's like we can't peg this on all black people. We can't peg this on all white people. We can't peg this on young people or old people. Everybody is doing some crazy stuff.
I agree. I agree.
Who can we blame this on?
Everybody in the Matrix. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
I mean, because this is wild.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
Craziness.
I agree.
It's 11:59. Time to shine.
Oh, I got two more things.
Okay.
Two more things. Rest in peace for Irene Cara.
Yeah.
63.
Yeah.
Man, from Fame and what was the other show? Goodness, I forgot the name.
So beautiful.
Yeah. Well, anyway, rest in peace. Yeah. Make sure we get that love to her.
Yeah.
And then.
Was she on the Cosby Show? Couple times.
Was she?
She made some appearances on the Cosby Show.
Might have been. That I can't remember directly.
Okay.
That she came home to.
Okay.
You heard about Odell Beckham?
Yeah.
Over the weekend. Odell. Oh man, Odell. He be doing his best, but sometimes I just don't know what to say about that situation. You sleeping really good. I don't know what you had, brother, but I need some of that shit too. I'll tell you, I need some of that. Listen, Mark, you got anything you want to close with?
Listen, I am super psyched about freaking Thursday, man. Your party.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so wait, I want to say shout out to Bruce Bailey and his annual Thanksgiving Day party.
I heard it was bananas.
Man, when I tell you, like, it was at the music hall, thank God there was no drama, but it's something to say about that generation, that crowd of people.
That
like,
part.
The techno,
house
heads, the older professionals, like, they just come to have a good time.
That's
like,
it.
there's no drama, like, literally no drama. And that Black Party of Excellence, like, I would have been there because wasn't that Black Noah's party?
Yep.
All right, so I met Black Noah in his events or whatever. I literally would have went to that.
Yeah.
However, Bruce Bailey's event at the music hall Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Like, literally, that's why I was so tired, because, like, trying to hang out and then trying to cook a whole meal. Like, when I tell you, Stacy, Hot with Wax Dash was in the building, just all the old DJs. I saw so many of my old radio people. Like, I mean, it was just a good time.
Yeah. I ain't gonna say I hated it when I was working myself, but I would have liked to have made that.
So I was literally, the plan was the bar hop, the office, to this, to go to dine.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, I was
we too old for that now.
I was happy to get to one place. Like, I'm like, listen, we're gonna pick one place. That's it.
We too old for that now. We can't do it no more. You used to work out like that.
Yeah, I would definitely agree that I'm definitely too old to be bar hopping like that. Like, I just didn't have it in me. But how was your party on Wednesday night?
Wednesday was cool. We had a good time. Shout out to the Office Ultra Lounge. I'll be there this Wednesday night for Wednesday night NBA Wednesdays. Y'all come on through. And this Thursday is Marley Just Soldiers. Get ready for Craft Cannabis Club for Thursday night R&B House. Thursday night football will be on the popping. Myself, DJ Henhouse, along with my good friend, Mr. Bruce Bailey, and the one and only DJ Emmett and DJ Intent. I can't wait to see DJ Intent.
I cannot wait to do this. I'm coming early. I'm posting up.
Yeah, I'm going to say get there early. Doors open at 6 p.m. I'll be there bright and early. Start that thing off. It's going to be incredible. I got to give a shout out to my man B Scarb and the Four Corner Podcast. They got the big, we got to get Flavy on that.
Okay.
The Four Corners Podcast Show is doing a New Year's show, December 30th. I got the information. I'll put that up on my IG page, what have you. But yeah, we definitely on the pop for that. So we appreciate y'all chilling in, checking in with us for the Good Dope Podcast.
We're gonna edit and put it back out. And you know what I love doing though? Let me just tell you my little secret that I like doing.
What do you like doing?
I like casting our show on my TV and looking at it on the big screen.
Yeah, that's dope.
Just watching it.
Right.
Like, I did a live show. I loved it.
Yeah,
it helped. It's so cool. It's so
I did it yesterday too.
Yeah, I love that. Like, you just cast it, like, technology is so dope.
Right.
And like, you just put it on the big screen, like, oh, look at us. Okay.
Right.
We're really doing this.
Right.
So yeah, it's all good. So thank you for editing the last video.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's many more to come.
That's right. Shout out to Beautiful Gemini checking in. I appreciate y'all on the Good Dope Podcast.
Gemini, how are you?
Y'all check us out next Tuesday. We'll be right back here at y'all 11 a.m. until 12 noon. In the meantime, between times, don't drink too much, don't eat too much. Just enjoy life, man. Good Dope Podcast.
Stay safe and away from them crazy people.
Please believe it. We out.
We out. Have a great